YouTube, how the fucks are you? It's Simply Dave.
And Foxy Steve.
And we love wrestling.
We love the characters, the crazy storylines, and the finely tuned artistry that takes place in the squared circle.
Okay, now, we'd give anything to be in the ring and chokeslam Brock Lesnar, but we most likely get crippled from an F5 by the Beast, so we'd rather stick to doing it in wrestling games.
And this is our top 10 list of wrestling games that we love the most. Number 10, Ultimate Muscle. Do you like anime? Do you like wrestling? Well, stand the fuck back because we have the right 1-2 punch for you with Ultimate Muscle on Nintendo GameCube. Although the PS2 version has a deeper roster, the GameCube version features better visuals and more modes. Ultimate Muscle does an amazing job of capturing all of the over-the-top action from the anime, utilizing a very fun and snappy modified version of the Aki engine. Each wrestler has an ultimate move which is so over the top, you'll think PWG was run by a pack of infants.
Number 9, Def Jam Vendetta. In the early 2000s, I was a big fan of hip-hop, and I loved playing wrestling games. So EA did the unthinkable by merging those two things and making it into a game, and boy was it ever fun. The game utilizes the Aki engine, which is the same engine that gave us games like No Mercy and WCW vs NWO Revenge, just to name a few. The fast-paced arcade style was addictive, and it would keep you playing for hours. What captivated me was the story. You pick between 4 characters to fight against rivals to save the girlfriend that has been kidnapped by the main antagonist, D-Mob. There are even hip-hop artists that were playable and were signed to Def Jam at the time. Artists such as Method Man, Redman, DMX, Ludacris, Scarface, Nori, Keith Murray, and many, many more. You can duke it out with your friends and end the match with pinfall, submission, or even an over-the-top painful finisher known as a blazing. If you never played this, you should.
A formidable fighter and future legend, the Booty Snatcher.
Number 8, WWE All-Stars. WWE All-Stars is a much welcome throwback to a simpler time in pro wrestling, where wrestlers could throw each other 15 feet in the air and come down with a spinning pile driver of doom. Well, okay, maybe real-life wrestling wasn't that crazy, but the arcade game sure as hell were. WWE All-Stars plays more like a crazy fighting game than a wrestling sim, featuring superstars from the past and present. Not since the days of Ultimate Muscle, Def Jam Vendetta, and WrestleMania the arcade game have we had the freedom to catch an opponent mid-air and drive them down to the ring with a modified diamond cutter. And that's not a bad thing. It's a good thing.
This is dangerous right here.
Number 7, WWE 13. Okay, we can all agree that Attitude Era was fucking great, right? What's better than that? Having to play it in Attitude Era mode. Now, story mode in wrestling games hasn't always been that great, but WWE 13 made up for it by taking us down memory lane. You get to relive great moments. Like the awesome match between Undertaker versus Mankind in the Hell in a Cell match. You can witness the forming of DX and Montreal Screwjob. I thought it was really cool playing most of those matches. And they even gave you little tidbits and facts about the storylines and took place during that time. The Attitude Era came with a pretty memorable roster, which mixed with a modern day roster as well. So if you want to beat the shit out of The Rock from 1997 with The Rock from 2013, you can do that. If you would like a good history lesson and you're feeling nostalgic, play this and enjoy. And how about that CM Punk cover? That's some good ass art.
Number 6, Day of Reckoning 2. Initially, we had Day of Reckoning 1 on this list, because it took what was the former WrestleMania series of 18 and 19 to new heights by rebuilding the gameplay engine with refined controls and visuals. Then for shits and giggles, we popped in the sequel to see how it stacked up. Sweet Molly Holly's hair, are we glad we did that? Day of Reckoning 2 builds off of everything the first game did, but even better. From the all-new graphics engine, to the continuation of the story mode from the last game, to the all-new stamina system that put more of a focus on in-ring strategy, this is everything that a sequel should be, and felt like a culmination of what No Mercy started.
Number 5, SmackDown vs. Raw 2011. Now this was the game that started the very addictive universe mode, and it was the final installment of the SmackDown vs. Raw franchise. However, it left a big impression on us with great gameplay. The mechanics in this game worked better than Roman Reigns' push. The hit detection and physics were very precise, and because of that, hardcore matches were fun. Weapons did their job. If I chokeslam an opponent on some stairs, he's falling on stairs. Mechanics worked well. Future WWE games would try the same method, but it will never be as good as this one. I recommend that wrestling fans should play this and see exactly what I'm talking about. Number 4, WCW vs. NWO Revenge. If you had an N64 and you watched the Monday Night Wars, you played this addictive Aki classic every day. What I like most about this game was the impressive roster. You could play with any member from NWO, the Wolfpack, Raven's Flock, and the WCW originals. Aki of course gave us arcade style mechanics that worked very well over the years. The gameplay was one of the first to showcase the awesome style of how wrestling games can be perceived to be realistic and fun. This game influenced No Mercy, VENDETTA, WrestleMania 2000, and Ultimate Muscle. This is an essential. Play it.
Number 3, Here Comes the Pain. When you base a game around a man who probably chases down, suplexes, then eats live rhinos for breakfast, it had better be good. And thankfully, WWE SmackDown Here Comes the Pain delivers the goods in spades. After the not so great Just Bring It and the much improved Shut Your Mouth, the third installment in the PS2 era ups the ante, featuring an amazing roster comprised of greats like Goldberg, Brock Lesnar, Rey Mysterio, and Ultimo Dragon. The action in ring is much faster than previous SmackDown games, and every single spear, F5, and pedigree felt impactful and bone-crushing. Combine that with the newly implemented limb damage system, and you've got one beast of a wrestling game.
Number 2, Fire Pro Wrestling returns. Hands down, the most underrated wrestling game ever. Why? Because of a steep learning curve. Once you play it, you quickly know that it is not like any other wrestling game you've ever played before. For starters, it is in 2D, but the detailed grappling moves and different matches will have you wanting to play more. Fire Pro Wrestling was best known for its over-the-top hardcore matches because in Japan, they literally tried to fucking kill each other. You can play violent matches such as barbed wire match, steel cage, hardcore match, and you can even have C4 explode during a match at any time. That is fucking insane. The roster comes from a variety of promotions from around the world, which means the amount of grapplers you want to play with is endless. But what if you didn't want to wrestle? What if you want to try something different? Well, you can take your fights to the octagon. That's right, you can knock an opponent out in an MMA fight. They're not as good, but it's still fun. The best aspect of the game is endless customization. You customize championship belts, rings, and you can create your own wrestler. I highly recommend this game to anyone that is a big wrestling fan.
Number 1, WWF No Mercy. This game is the best in the world at what it does. Do you understand what I am saying to you right now? No Mercy refined and revolutionized what WCW NWO Revenge started, with better visuals, tighter gameplay, and overall presentation, as well as a vast story mode and creative wrestler modes that come together to make up a game that is fun to play to this day, and what is considered the measuring stick by which all wrestling games are compared with today. And that's our list. Was there any wrestling games that we missed? Please let us know in the comments below. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. This is SFXXPLAY. Thanks for watching.